Boom. Hello. Well, well, well. Now, I did give them a little warning tonight, Milena. I did say, well, I posted in the community section, I said, um, there's a new member to the VonAllen family, and he won't shut up. Wow. What's up, guys? Bring him over here. Bring him over here. Okay, okay, okay. So, I have a son. His name is Ramses. Ramses the Great, the Pharaoh, the Pharaoh of VonAllen sports, and he is crazy, freaking crazy. So what happened is he ended up being the runt of a litter and didn't get access and didn't get didn't come along like his brothers and sisters. So he didn't have anybody, and we didn't want it's going. Bulgaria's going into wintertime. He wasn't going to make it. He wouldn't survive on his own out there. He's still on a bottle while his brothers are eating regular food. Um, so we said, he's ours now. And I thought, yeah. So, well, he kind of picked me, yeah. 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 It's what happened was, well, what had happened was that we were trying to figure out what to do with him and just thought, you know what? He's really cute. And our other cats, we thought it was time our other cats had a new friend. They're both girls, so we thought a little boy would be kind of good to have. And plus, the two cats I have at home, and I'm sure you guys remember last season, the biggest one, the oldest one, she's like 13, and she doesn't really like playing at all. She's just kind of, she's very human. She just relies on me only, and she doesn't want to play with other cats. So the little black one that kept making an appearance on the show, Amelia, she's little. She's only like 3 or 4 years old, something like that, and she still wants to play. So we thought Ramses here would be perfect for her, and then our oldest cat wouldn't have to. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So. So anyway, so this is Ramses, the new heir to the Von Allen media empire that we're creating here. So anyway, okay. So the only problem with him is that he's still a baby, like baby, as in what are you doing? Okay. Still on a bottle and all that, so he is always crying like a baby. All right. John Thomas Chavez says you're got to be kittening me. So I don't know if you guys have seen this week, but I had posted a um, a message, and it was pure sarcasm. So basically, what I said was, um, Patrick Mahomes is, he didn't play that well. He threw a bad interception last week's game, and I said he's going to fall off a cliff. And I also mentioned that because he didn't shake hands with who the Derek Carr after the Raiders beat them, and I said that he is a bad sportsman and a loser and all this other stuff. That was clearly sarcasm. I was making a joke because after Thursday night's game last week between Nick Foles and Tom Brady, that they made a big deal out about they made a big deal out of Tom not doing that. And I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out, but so many people seem to get confused that I was kidding, that I was sarcastic. Now, I would have thought me saying that Patrick Mahomes, who's only in his third year starting, is going to fall off a cliff because of one interception. I would have thought that would have been um, enough, you know, a big enough indicator that it's sarcasm. But apparently not. Apparently, some people didn't take it like that. But anyway, doesn't it ruin the joke though if you have to explain it? Like if I have to put at the end of the sentence like JK or just kidding or sarcasm or something. I mean, doesn't that like ruin it? I mean, doesn't it screw it up? So yeah, that was just bizarre. Oh, I like Shaq's got a new icon, Black Panther. That's cool. I still can't believe that guy died. No, I didn't even know he was sick. The red coat's here. The red coat is coming. The red coat is coming. Okay, no, Bulgaria is not known for its earthquakes. It's called Nefertiti. All right. So BDS is basically run so rampant that people are just completely retarded at this point. I don't care if it's not politically correct to say it, because when I say retarded, I don't mean it as in people who are actually mentally ill. Katkata's got to go. Millie. Yeah. I don't mean it as in mentally ill. Of course, I'm not serious when I say it. It clearly means that you're an idiot by choice or pure ignorance when you shouldn't be. So basically, there's no excuse for being an idiot, and that's what I mean by that. Because recently someone said, yes, I've tried to remedy the situation, but someone doesn't seem to be doing it. So. But yeah, the biggest shock still though is Patriots fans who somehow turned against Brady. But whatever, we're not going to worry about that right now. What we have tomorrow is a big day. So hopefully we have still the Patriots versus the Denver Broncos, and everything goes according to plan because these days, well, I don't take anything for granted. It should be the last time I checked, which was an hour ago, but you know how things change. It should be Cam Newton versus Drew Lock. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the Kansas City New England game wasn't delayed. It clearly should have been, but that worked in the Chiefs' favor. Whatever. But hopefully we're going to get that game. It looks like that's going to be okay. So. Yeah, I think so too, Dennis. Yeah, Pat should win this with or without Newton. I agree. Absolutely. So. Yeah, guys, can you get rid of Adam, please? Thank you. It's obvious who I'm referring to. William Walls, welcome. So yeah, the Denver game should be pretty good. Not going to say it's going to be an easy win. I don't take anybody lightly. Any team. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're 0-5. I don't give a crap. If anybody needs proof of that, just look at Week 17 against Miami last year. So at the beginning of the season last year, I mean, Miami looked like, I mean, at one point it was like, what year are they going to win another game, basically? And then all of a sudden they ruin our first round bye. That's basically so. I don't take anyone lightly, but if Cam is playing and it looks like he's going to, it will be fine. So Shaq, yeah, the Pats have been home for pretty much a week and a half, so they've gotten a ton of rest, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, depending on, there's a thing like rust and rhythm, kind of like when the Giants, went on that tear in 2007, and well, actually, 2007 more specifically, because they played all the way through the playoffs up until the Super Bowl. We had a bye week, and then if you guys remember, we came out flat against Jacksonville. I mean, that should have been a deciding win, um, based off of that team that year. But that wasn't an easy win by no means. And then the next week against the Chargers, that should have been honestly, not so as kind of sloppy as it was. That was kind of a sloppy game for 2007 standards. It was pretty sloppy. So we'll see. Listen, I don't want to make excuses about him or whatever, but the truth is that if he comes out flat in the first half, I'm not going to eat his lunch. Basically, we just have to deal with it. So let's see who's all here right now. All right. But I think this is, like I said, I think it's a winnable game. The Broncos are 1-3, but it's a deceiving 1-3. I know they ain't got Von Miller and all that shit. And yeah, we talked about this game uh, last week as well, but um, now we've got Cam back, so that's fine. Okay. I don't know what happened to Nefertiti. Let's see here. We got the Texans at Titans. Um, the Texans are, uh, to put it bluntly, Texans are fucked. Now we'll get back to the Patriots and Broncos here in a second, but the Texans, I'm going to wait for Melanie to get back here. So the Texans are done. Um, However, I did say they were going to get their first win last Sunday, and they did. But still, if they actually are better off just playing as best they can, but they need to not really worry too much. If you get a good draft pick, fine, whatever. Or I'd trade it actually if I got like a top 15 pick, probably, unless there was somebody I had to have, somebody that was very, very important. But the Titans, listen, I like them. I like them. I picked them last year to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, not until the AFC Championship game, but I picked them to win, uh, and they didn't. But I don't know about them as a 4-0 team. I just don't think they're the same. But they will win this game. It's fine. And by the way, did you guys see Derrick Henry completely annihilate Josh Norman? That was freaking amazing. So, yeah. There's no tanking. No. The Texans, I mean, What would they tank for? What would be the purpose? But they need to get a coach that knows what the hell they're doing. Getting these young guys that are freaking younger than me, and bringing them in from college and stuff. This whole fad. I mean, yeah, it works sometimes. Very little it works though. I mean, even when Bill Belichick was the young and upcoming coach, it took Cleveland and that disaster, okay, for him to actually get another chance. And before he even got his second chance, he had to go to, he worked for New England as defensive coordinator, and then he had to work for the Jets because he went with Bill Parcells, and then he finally got his second shot at head coach, or his third actually, because he was named head coach of the Jets technically. But these young coaches, I just enough already, okay? Because it seems like every freaking guy that has ever taken a piss next to Sean McVay or shared a urinal or shared an office with this guy gets hired for some head coaching job or something. I mean, if they're even like within, you know, yelling distance of him for a significant amount of time, they hire him. Okay, well, that would be understandable if Sean McVay was a multi Super Bowl winning coach, but he's not. He's a guy that made it to the Super Bowl. Some question, like, should they even have been there because of that crazy ass non-pass interference call? But he got to the Super Bowl, and we all know what happened there. So I don't get this hard on for all of these young dudes that it's just enough already. So Texans need to go after somebody with a name, or even price somebody from another team. Just do what you have to do because you don't want to waste Deshaun Watson, and you already got rid of one talent. Don't screw up another. And then J.J. Watt, of course, he's aging rapidly before our eyes. God, his brother T.J. Watt. I swear, I wanted him for the Patriots, and was hoping Bill would make some kind of deal to get him. Didn't happen. And we're back. So did you put the kitten to bed?
I don't know. That's tough to do.
Spree Vednaga.
Yeah.
Okay. Благодаря. The word for cat, by the way, guys, in Bulgarian is kotka. 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 Yes, Tyree, exactly. I don't even know. Um, I don't even know what to think about Sean McVay yet. Like, if someone asked me, is he a great coach? A great coach? No. Is he a good offensive mind? Do I think that he's got some talent for offensive, football? Of course. But listen, a coordinator is so much different than a head coach. And this is the problem I have with Bruce Arians, okay, and other guys like that. It's this, yeah, okay, you understand the X's and O's. There's a lot of people that understand X's and O's. There are fans that can probably come up with some pretty damn good schemes against defenses, right? But as a head coach, not only do you have to know those things, but you have to know how to teach people. You have to be a teacher, like a college professor, or uh, hell, actually, not even that. You have to be more like an elementary school teacher. Okay, that's actually the better example here. You need to be an elementary school teacher. Why? Okay, so you're dealing with a bunch of young guys who are fresh out of college. Some of them didn't even graduate, and they're very rich. So overnight, they become millionaires. And if you think that people are immature when they're in their early 20s, imagine giving them all the money in the world and they spent their whole life being clapped at. Oh, you're so great. Oh, you can run a football. Since they were in freaking Pop Warner, since they were in Pee Wee football, there was somebody on the sidelines going, oh, you're so wonderful. You're so precious. Okay? Now, we see that shit. All right? We see that shit every freaking week with Mike Evans. All right? Fuck you, Mike Evans. You're a freaking idiot. All right? But he's a perfect example of a guy who didn't get his ass beat by his mother or his father. Okay? Nobody beat his ass, and someone needs to. And while I'm at it, the whole offensive line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you need your ass beat too. But we'll get to them in a second.
I need to get a super chat.
Okay. Shaq, first super chat of the night. He says $5. He says, thank you, Shaq, so much. Love the new logo, by the way. Me and Milena, we own a Black Panther. Well, a small one named Amelia. But anyway, he says, it's funny how these teams hate Belichick and hate everything he does, but turns around and hires his assistant coaches and staff members. That's exactly right, Shaq. And I want to thank you for bringing that up because the Houston Texans not only took one of Bill Belichick's staffers, but the guy went to Penn State. He didn't exactly tear it up there. And then not only did you hire this guy for your team, but you gave him the general management position. So you gave him the keys to the freaking kingdom as if he was Belichick when he'd never done anything. He didn't even have a Super Bowl ring. Okay? It wasn't his fault that he lost that Super Bowl with the Patriots, but still, he don't have a ring at all. Not unless he got one as like a quarterback's coach or some shit that I'm not aware of. But as far as anything relevant where he was the part of it, no, he doesn't. He's got an AFC championship ring. That's not bad, but yeah, nobody remembers second place, do they? Now, to be a head coach, and Shaq Super Chat is right on the money here. You're teaching these kids, and they are kids, trust me. If I could go back in time and meet the 21-year-old version of me, I'd just punch him in the face. Just, you know. Well, maybe I wouldn't punch him. I don't want to give my ass a concussion because then I have to come back to the future and deal with that shit. But I'd give him a good smack in the face, right? And when you give those kids that kind of money, and like I said, they've been pampered all through school. Listen, I remember high school. If you were an athlete, you got your ass kissed. You could get away with murder. It didn't matter what you did wrong. Is you could run a football or catch a football or throw a football. It's all good. It's all good. Okay? So you've got to learn how to deal with children. You have to think of them that way. And what an elementary school teacher does, okay? She's dealing with growing personalities. She's growing with growing jackasses. I mean, come on. Remember us in like fourth grade? We were all dickheads, right? Kids are assholes. That's what these guys are. They're just overgrown children. How do you discipline them? How do you teach them? How do you keep them in line? What does a good teacher do? A good teacher knows each and every one of them individually. A good teacher knows, okay, he's got to be dealt with that way. Okay, there's little Davy, he's a total prick. Okay, there's Izzy, yeah, she's a psychopath. I think her mom might be selling meth over there in the cafeteria. I can't be sure, but we'll have to check on that later. And so they tailor themselves to each student. That is what you are when you are a head coach. What else are you? So we know that as a head coach, you are the X's and O's guy. As a head coach, we know that you are the elementary school teacher. What else do you have to be? You have to be the dad. Okay, you have to be the dad who comes in home from work, and you know that 30 minutes before, mama says to her kids, oh, you up now. Dad, when dad comes home, he's gonna beat your ass. Okay, and then you got to be the dad who comes home, he takes off his belt, and he's like ready to whoop someone's ass, right? You got to be that guy. Okay, who else do you have to be? You have to know how to draft because you are involved. Whether you're general manager or not, you have to know how to find talent and how to use that talent and maximize that talent when it's given to you. That's a different job. Okay, so we've established 4 different jobs. There's another job. There is the in-game adjustments. You got to be a chess player. Okay? Now I'm not saying, huh? Yeah, I'm not saying that you got to be Bobby Fischer, okay? But you've got to know some shit. You've got to be able to. I mean, no one's asked you to be Andrew Jackson at the Battle of New Orleans. All right, this is just something that you have to have in you. We know Andy Reid, a guy who is going to go down in history as one of the most famous coaches of all time, and his clock management is complete shit. It's a disaster. It's just it's just shit. Okay, we all know it, but he can't do it. And imagine if he was as good as Belichick with clock management. Oh, that'd be scary. If he was as good as Belichick with clock management, I don't think we win the AFC Championship game against Kansas City 2 years ago. Because one of their biggest problems was they scored too fast. And then he wouldn't call a freaking timeout for his defense in overtime. It's like, dude, what are you saving those overtimes for? I mean, or those timeouts for in overtime? It was like someone told him that the less timeouts he spends, he's going to get like an extra Whopper at Burger King or something, because I swear to God, the guy would not call timeout for his defense. For the life of me, couldn't figure it out. Okay, that is in-game management. That is situational football. You've got to know all these things as a head coach. Do you really think when you sign up this kid, this guy for who's like 27 or 30 or whatever the hell he is, and he's only coached in college, you really think that he's got all those 5 things? Do you? Bullshit. I have no idea why I've gone off on a tangent about coaches. I have no idea why. Travis. Hey, look, guys. Glass. Glass. Check this out. So, Milena goes to a restaurant today with her family. I wasn't there, of course. I was preparing for the show. However, she ran into the owner, who is a high school friend of hers. Hooked us up. Sorry, what? Elementary school? Okay, elementary. But either way, we got the glass. Shit, this is the good stuff. So it's back. All right, Trav, $5 super chat. He says, a Hope League and a Net Spirit. A Hope League and sometimes something new. It's better than trying to sell a Rex Ryan to your fans. I'm not sure what that says. A Hope League and sometimes. Ah, gotcha. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you're saying that sometimes a fresh face is better than someone who is well known. Well, see, Rex Ryan's a bad idea because Rex Ryan is an awesome defensive coordinator. I would sign him as DC, okay? No question about it. No problems. As head coach, he's complete shit, okay? So he's a bad choice. You've got to go with a guy who at least seems to have those attributes. And dude, we knew Rex Ryan when he was the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. You knew he was not head coach material. He's just like his father. Okay, I don't know if a lot of you guys are old enough to remember, but his father was Buddy Ryan, an amazing defensive coordinator. Uh, he was the man for the famous '85 Bears defense. He was the man who had the defense of the Houston Oilers in the early '90s. He's also the guy who punched Kevin Gilbride in the face on the sidelines, turned that into a whole damn circus. Now, complete garbage head coach. Why? Because he didn't have the personality to work with others. When you're punching the offensive coordinator on your own team, on a team that was Super Bowl bound, that should have won a Super Bowl that year, you're not going to be a head coach material. I'm sorry, but it's just not going to work. You're not going to be able to bring everything together like that. So Rex is just like his father. and he showed those signs that he was just like his dad in Baltimore. Good DC, good coordinator, good linebacker coach, and all those things that he had done. Crappy head coach. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying, Travis. But the problem for the problem for the Houston Texans is they've had too much letdown. They've had way too much letdown. Now, I know that they thought because Bill O'Brien coached with Belichick, but you know what? The only thing I'll say about Houston is that they've always been losers. They have been losers since their inception in 2002. Maybe it's an ownership problem. Maybe it's president, the president of the team and other in office front office people that you don't really hear from or anyone really knows about. Because when someone says maybe it's the owner, well, we don't literally mean just the owner. We mean all of those people that the owner hires to meddle and stuff. And maybe they've just got a bad system, but I don't know. Somehow hiring a guy who failed at Penn State isn't really a confidence booster for my new team, and I never would have hired Bill O'Brien in the first place. So, would I have hired him as a coordinator? Of course I would. You know. So, but again, coordinator doesn't make head coach. I mean, my God, guys, you got John Harbaugh, the head coach of the Ravens. He was a special teams coach. I mean, he was a special teams coach, and now, I mean, I would say everyone would agree he's a pretty damn good head coach. So, Addy, $5 super chat from Addy. Addy, we're so Addy. You know what? I don't think that Addy is a member on our Facebook group because specifically for Addy, I made the header. I turned it into Baker Mayfield, and that was specifically for Addy. It's been Baker Mayfield all week long. And Addy sends a $5 super chat and says, "Fun fact: Kevin Stefanski has more wins in his first 5 games than Hugh Jackson had in his 2.5 year tenure with the Browns." Yes, Addy, I know that's just sad, but I'm happy for Stefanski, and I hope it keeps going. Um, but I mean, I hope it goes well for the Browns and for you, regardless. So everyone's pulling for you, my friend. Everyone is pulling for you. Now, Addy's team has a big, huge task ahead of them. Of course, the 4-1 Browns are going to be playing the 4-0 Steelers, and Steelers were my pick to go to the Super Bowl, and actually, I picked them to win. Okay, so I picked the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. Now, keep in mind that pick was done back in May or something, uh, after the draft. I think I did it, and then I'd said I would do another one at preseason, but we never got a preseason. So now I'm not going to make another one until probably after this weekend. But they were my initial pick, and my reasons for that was because I said that what I saw last year from the Steelers, they went so far with some crap garbage at quarterback, and they still managed to squeak out an 8-8 season with that defense, and they're more or less going to have the same guys. And then I knew that Big Ben was coming back from injury, and I'll tell you, I knew he was going to come back with something to prove. And I think I've been right. Just like I said that Aaron Rodgers was going to be out to prove something this year. And I've been correct on that so far. But it's not like I was I know the future or some crap. It's a basic. Don't piss off a veteran quarterback, or one that has been good, very good for a very long time. Don't tell them they can't do something. So I always steer clear of those guys. You don't want to really uh, say something about they can't do this or they suck or they're done or they're finished. Yeah, bad idea, especially if you're putting money on it. But Addy, we're all pulling for you, man. I really hope that your Cleveland Browns defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is going to be a very difficult game, man. But if they can beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, dude, get drunk, have a great time, okay? Have fun, celebrate. Because even if you lose every game for the rest of the year, starting out and going 5-1 to the beginning of the season, and you beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh, that's, I mean, from where you've been to where you are now, that's a celebration already. So, Mr. A, $10 super chat, lighten it up. Mr. A says, let's go. VonAllen Sports, let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Everybody's here tonight. Oh, Brandon Bellinger. Absolutely. I would, if I had to pick, if someone put a gun to my head and said Rex Ryan or Bill O'Brien, I'd take Rex. I mean, at least he was entertaining. Uh, I mean, if you're going to lose and you're going to have a train wreck of a team, at least have a head coach who's fun. But don't forget, at least Rex Ryan went to 2 AFC Championship games in a row with Mark Sanchez with the butt fumble. This dude beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in 2010 when they got coach and MVP of the year, or coach of the year MVP, and they took him out. The butt fumble. Of course, I don't think he was butt fumble yet. I think butt fumble happened a year later. But still, the butt fumble. Or wait, no, 2 years later. Butt fumble happened 2 years later. But still, Mark Sanchez. That's pretty damn good. Bill O'Brien has had Deshaun Watson and Hopkins and J.J. Watt. Okay, of course, J.J. Watt got injured sometimes. But still, he had him. He had Jadeveon Clowney. And you still suck? I mean, just for shame. Okay. Oh, the red coat. The red coat. And I've heard good things. Things are going good for the red coat. But I'll let him update everybody if he wants to. Don't want to go too far with that. He never told me if it was personal information or not. So, 10 pounds from the red coat. He says, good old Buddy Ryan, innovator of the 46 defense. That's right. And one of the most fun America's Games programs out of the whole series up till now. I absolutely agree. Yes. He was very entertaining. Of course, you guys know that I was a big Oilers fan when I was a kid. And Buddy Ryan, of course, was our idiot defensive coordinator. And I call him an idiot not because he was bad at being a defensive coordinator, because he was awesome at drawing up defenses. He was an idiot because he punched our offensive coordinator. That's why. So, yeah. I remember when he went to Arizona and he became the head coach of Arizona Cardinals. The first thing he said when he walked into his press conference, he said, Arizona's finally got a winner. And he said it like that, like meant to be a dick. It wasn't like a joke. He was dead serious when he said it. So, okay. That was weird. I did. For some reason, my frame was zoomed in. Strange. Okay. John Thomas Chavez, $5 super chat. He says, later in his career, Aikman yelled at teammates when they acted incompetent due to a lack of coaching. The same reason Brady yelled at the same reason Brady yelled at his teammates. Exactly. And I know there are people talking shit about Tom saying, "Oh my God, I cannot believe that Tom is yelling at his teammates like that." And of course, Shannon Sharpe is, you know, freaking out and acting like this has never been done before. Oh yeah, Peyton Manning, he used to throw his teammates under the bus in press conferences. That's where you're not supposed to do it. If you're going to yell at your teammates, it's either on the sidelines or in the locker room or something like that. Not in a press conference where everyone can hear exactly what you're saying. But Peyton Manning did that. Aaron Rodgers has done that. Many others have done that. But it's only bad if Tom does it, apparently. Addie says, "Oh man, you don't have to tell me to get drunk. I know, I know. I'm just saying, though, be proud of it. Just go with it." So I can't wait to see what your text messages look like tomorrow. Oh no, my dad's here. Now I'm gonna have to watch my mouth. All right, damn it. Party's over, guys. Remember when I was talking about as a coach, you have to be one of those dads that's a boss. Like when my dad got we did something wrong. When Thomas Allen got pissed, if he just reached for his belt, freaking Nintendo boss music would start. You remember in Mario Brothers where you would have to fight Bowser at the end and the music changes, da 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 da, or Mega Man and it got all creepy and shit. Yeah, that was I could hear the boss music in my head when my dad reached for his belt. Of course, he wasn't coming after me. I was an idiot. I knew how to if I was going to do something wrong, I made sure to set up somebody else or blame it on the cat or something. But no, it was usually aimed at my brother Steven. So, because hey, even if he was innocent, blame him. Why not? Anyway, it was convenient. Yeah. So see, no, that's what it's like when you grow up in a house with a bunch of siblings. Each sibling figures out their own niche of how to get away with stuff. And in my house, it was me and my other brother and my sister. And if you wanted to frame it on somebody, there was always that one kid. There's always that one kid in the family you can frame, and the parents will believe it. Oh, well, that sounds like him. And then you just frame them and say, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But no, seriously, glad to see you here, Dad. Yeah, well, I'm with Aikman on that. Yeah, I mean, the coaching was horrific at the end. Vanderjerk. Addie, nice, Addie. You knew that reference. Yep. Peyton Manning referred to his kicker, Mike Vanderjag, as his idiot kicker at the Pro Bowl, and that no one ever forgot that comment. You're right, Dennis. It is interesting how the game was more than a week ago. People are still talking about it because they can't get enough of Tom Brady. They can't get enough of him. When Tom Brady retires, these shows' ratings are going to go, okay? Listen, now I know, all right, I know that everyone thinks that these new guys are the face of the NFL, okay? Yeah, they may be. There's always going to be a face of the NFL, but it doesn't mean they're the face that you want. Right now, there are no Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning, okay? There, that that's not coming up. Okay, I'm sorry, but Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson is not Peyton versus Brady. It's just not. I don't care how big of a fan you are of those quarterbacks. It's not. Nobody gives a crap. Okay? It's just, we think, ooh, that's a cool matchup. We like it. Here's about as much energy and excitement that Lamar Jackson versus Mahomes gets right now. It's when we see something like, ooh, Ben Roethlisberger uh, versus Drew Brees. Oh, that sounds like a good matchup. We'll definitely want to watch that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the extent of it. That's it. What's wrong? I didn't hurt your feelings. I know you love Patrick Mahomes, Melina.
My homeboy.
I thought you were going to cry for a second. But anyway, Tyree. I bet my dad doesn't even know what the hell I meant by boss music. He's probably trying to figure it out right now. By the way, Dad, when the hell are you going to get an icon for your? Okay, this drives me crazy. This drives me crazy. Why can't anybody who's over the age of 50 figure out how to get an icon on YouTube? I've had this conversation with my dad, with my mom, uh, with aunts, uncles. Just anyway, look at this. I'm having a family dispute live on my show. This is perfect. Okay. Tyree Vaughn. I love that. My dad with the belt, or with my shoe, or with a spoon. Usually, um, usually the mom goes for the spoon, the wooden spoon. Um, Hopefully, it's a wooden spoon for you because the metal one hurt much worse. Oh, yeah, he corrected it. Okay, his mom with the shoe or the shoe. I've never had a shoe thrown at me. That's pretty good though. I don't know. This will probably tell my age, but when we were kids, if we did something wrong, my mom would send us outside to go grab something called a switch. And what it was is you would pull. It's like a very thin, uh, about this long normally. It's a branch off of a large shrubbery. I was trying to avoid saying bush. I'm gonna pull a long thick branch off of the bush. Okay, well, see, I did it just now. I just said it anyway. Okay, anyway, you bring it in and you'd get, and it hurt. Man, that thing sucked. But one time I got in trouble, and my mom sent me out to go get one, and I found a twig about this long, and it had a little leaf at the end of it. And I walked back in the house and said, "Okay, mom." And I was dead serious. Like I played it off as if I was handing her like a limb or whatever. And I handed it to her, dead serious. She looked at it and she just started laughing. And I got away with it completely, completely away with it. Like she just said, "Okay, just go." Just she was laughing her ass off. Okay, so that was pretty clever. However, the problem with the switch is sometimes if you got a sibling that is um, not not an ally of yours. So I had one brother and my sister. They didn't get along, and my sister one time he got in trouble, and my mom sent my sister to go get a switch. She comes back with a, I swear to God, okay, you could build a log cabin with this thing. It was a trunk. It was a tree trunk, basically. Come on, that stuff was funny, dude. That Sorry, but that's ridiculous. I know some of you out there can relate to exactly what I'm talking about, but that's some funny shit. There's nothing like growing up with a bunch of siblings because just crazy stuff happens. Anyway,
Hey, Donnie's in the house.
See it twice. He goes, a shrubbery? Shrubbery. Damn, Donnie, $20 super chat. Boom. Big dick super chat laid down. He says, hey, Aaron, Milena, and VAS clan. Can't stay long, but wanted to give you something to show my support. Thank you so much, Donnie. You are freaking amazing. Love you, man. Hope you and your brother are doing good. And yeah, again, I appreciate that helmet you sent me, man. And don't worry, that thing will survive. You gave it to the right person because that thing will survive for a long, 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 long time. And I will, of course, pass that on as well. Thank you so much, man. Oh, did Dad just throw shade at me? Okay, okay, okay. All right, fine. I can admit it. I can admit it when I've been taken out. Okay, so my father just replied. He said, I'll get an icon when you put out the Steve Cox video. Okay, all right, all right. So that's a shot at me. Okay, Dad, fair enough. Fair enough. To let you guys know what he's referring to, I did an interview with the Super Bowl punter and kicker for the Washington Redskins, Steve Cox. That interview was acquired through my father, who used to work with him. A different business, not NFL related. So Dad hooked me up with this interview with Steve Cox, and I did the interview. And I did this interview. Well, when was it? Like March or something like that, right, Milena? March or April. I did the interview, and it's still not out yet. And Dad keeps asking me, when is the interview out? And now he's taking a shot at me. Okay, okay, okay. I get it. I get it. It's coming. I promise. Okay. But he's not first in line. He's second in line. There's already another interview I have to put out before him. I'm sure Shaq knows what I'm talking about. Dad, where are you? You know what? Lately, I talked to you. I talked to you last week, and you threw some really, really funny shots at me. Where are you getting this stuff? You never used to be such a smartass. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, okay, so my dad's getting skills. He's getting better. All right, all right. Okay. I don't know how we ended up talking so much about my personal life here. Shaq, there he is. Yes, Otis Wilson, and that one is not going to take much to finish. It's just lately I've been having a problem on the channel, not and I can't get videos to get any views, and I don't know what's going on. And I don't want to release these interviews and then they get nothing. They get like 400 views or whatever, and then I look like an ass, you know. And then the guys feel like it's just I got to contact YouTube or something. I don't know what's going on, but every time I release something, it never breaks 500 views. Guys, before, if I released a video, it had 3,000 within an hour. Okay. So I don't know what the deal is. Notifications aren't working. Something completely is not right. So, hey, salami pizza. I noticed the other day that you seem to take my comment about Patrick Mahomes very seriously. I was joking, dude. So the only reason I'm saying that to you is because you're a longtime supporter. I know that you weren't talking junk, so or you weren't being a troll. But I was kidding. I was taking a shot at people who were saying that Tom wasn't a good sport because he didn't shake hands. Well, neither did Patrick Mahomes, and we know now why. There are several reasons why. It has nothing to do with not being a good sport. And of course, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going off a cliff. So that's clearly a joke because how young he is. But again, people are looking at Tom's age and not looking at the man himself. Okay. They told me he was going off a cliff when he was 38. All right. That was 5 freaking years ago, guys. 5 years ago. You understand that he was 39? 39 when he came back and with the Patriots, and the Patriots came back against the Falcons in Super Bowl 51. Dude, NFL players are not only not playing in the NFL at 39, they had been retired for a few years. And those last few years before they retired were usually crappy. Oh, Elliot, you took it seriously too. I don't know. Maybe I should say it differently or something because at the same time, I don't want people taking it seriously because then they'll think that I'm a hater. You know what I mean? And I don't want people thinking that I'm a hater because I'm not. I don't believe in stupid crap like that. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't shake someone's hand at the end of a game, I believe there's a reason. Okay? I may not know what that reason is, but I'm sure there's a reason. And I'm certain it has nothing to do with him not wanting to shake hands with Derek Carr. That's just stupid. Why wouldn't he do that? So, yeah, don't believe that. And of course, don't believe that he's falling off a cliff. So, yeah. I guess, I don't know, you've told me, Melina, sometimes my sarcasm is so serious that it doesn't sound like I'm joking, right? Maybe I need to work on that.
Yeah, I know. I'll remember what you told me yesterday. Goats don't fall off a cliff.
That's true. So, we've been watching some nature documentaries lately, and we noticed that there's a type of goat, and this type of goat walks up dams. And I'm sure you guys have seen memes of this before, but this goat can walk up man-made dams, and I'm talking the slope is like it almost looks like it's just straight down. It's not, of course, it's at a slight angle, but they just go up it, and they don't climb like this. They just go side to side. So they climb up and just inch their way sideways. But they go to the very top, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to lick this salt water that's coming through from the granite and the rocks that's inside it. But they have to get to the top to get to it, and they drink that stuff, and they don't fall off. So when Milena walked in, I said, "Look," and I said, "See, look, this is proof that goats don't fall off cliffs. They climb them." And there it was. So see, goats don't fall off cliffs. It works perfectly. Yeah, yeah, Luke, I know, but I did notice though, and I thought about it, that some people, maybe if you're not a Patriots fan, you might not be as in tune to all criticism of Tom's, and so if you don't know that criticism, it sounds like I'm being a jerk off, you know. So, but Trav Burnett, yeah, Trav says Ed Reed, Ed Reed, guys, Ed Reed is in the Hall of Fame right now, okay, and he was drafted a year later. He was drafted in '01, so he's drafted after Brady, and he's in the Hall of Fame. But think about that. In order to in order to qualify for the Hall of Fame, you have to be retired for 5 years. So Ed Reed had a Hall of Fame career, then retired. 5 years came and went, and he got his gold jacket. And Tom Brady is still playing. That's freaking insane. Okay, just completely insane. Eddie, $11 super chat. Oh ho ho! I know where this is. All right, Let's take a second, he says, for another appreciation post. My man, number 11, Alex Smith, is back. Hell yes. 17 surgeries, almost had to have his leg amputated. True story. That's actually true. Almost had to have his leg amputated, almost lost his life, and he fought like hell and came back. And Addy, that's awesome. Thank you so much. If you have not seen Project 11, you have to watch it. I'm sure it's on YouTube for free. You can find it anywhere. But Project 11 is about Alex Smith's recovery. If you guys remember, several years back, I think it was the 2018 season, if I'm not mistaken, his knee just completely shattered, looked just like Joe Theismann's injury too. And it was so bad, and the infection was so awful and so messed up that there was a scare that they may have to amputate him. And he went from that to he's starting on Sunday. So yeah, if you don't, if you're not pulling for, um, if you're not pulling for Alex Smith, man, I mean, there's got to be. You must have some kind of. He must have slept with your girlfriend or something. I don't know because, uh, dude, it's impossible not to want to see him do good. So I will be watching that game closely. I hope they annihilate the Giants tomorrow. Thank you, Addy. That was awesome. Thank you for that super chat. Yeah, Shaq. Yeah, I know, man. Last week against the Rams. So, Milena, I don't know if you saw it, but Alex got to come in because the quarterback ahead of him got injured at Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen got injured, and then Alex came in, um, and he just got sacked. Like uh, the offensive line wouldn't protect him. What is wrong with you people? You see Alex come in. I mean, if that doesn't make you just want to become the Terminator, of offensive linemen, what the hell are you doing there? What are you good for? If that can't get you pumped up, if that can't get you motivated, that Alex is coming out there, and they just wailed on him. Now I know that the Rams have got a good D line. I know that Aaron Donald is elite, okay, but still, I mean, you couldn't stop some of that. That was just brutal. But we'll see what happens. I was a big defender of Alex Smith years ago after he lost his job to the piece of shit Colin Kaepernick. And then he got sent to the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't remember, was he traded or did he sign a free agent contract? Well, regardless, he ended up in Kansas City, played very well, beat the crap out of us twice. Yeah, that sucked. And then he, of course, got moved to Washington in favor of them starting Mahomes, which is understandable. I get it. But and then he wasn't doing too bad when he started out, and then he got injured. So I want to see what he can do still. Yeah, Sissy Chubbs, exactly. I, he who shall not be named said, as Tom Brady turns 35, he's going to be on the downside of his career. So for 8 years, Tom Brady has been on the downside of his career. I would really like to get me some of that downside of his career. Okay? 4 Super Bowl appearances, 3 Super Bowls, an MVP since that downside of his career. Better quarterback in his 30s than he was in his 20s. Very few people can say that. All right. So we got the Ravens at the Eagles. This is listen, what is there to say about the Eagles really? Okay? Carson Wentz, biggest lemon ever. Okay? The money you gave this guy. And I am so sick of Carson Wentz defenders and apologists. Okay? Listen. The dream is dead. It's over. Okay? Just admit it, Philadelphia. You had the right quarterback and you let him go. Okay? You let him go. Now, I'm not saying that Nick Foles is some elite, badass quarterback. Okay? In a general sense, he's not. But he was for Philadelphia. He was in that system with that coach and that team, those teammates who believed in him. Okay, his teammates in Philadelphia believed in him the way the Denver team, the Denver players believed in Tim Tebow. Remember that stuff? That whole they almost felt like God was with them. It doesn't matter why they believe it or what. It doesn't matter even what they believe. All that matters is that they believe it and they go out and they play hard for him. And those Eagles players believed that Nick Foles was the man. They believed that he could win for them. What did he do? Won a Super Bowl against Bill Belichick. It's not an easy thing to do. Okay? He comes back the next year, comes in, has to save the day because Carson Wentz gets injured again. And then he wins a playoff game the follow-up year and does almost the same thing. Everyone's looking around like, oh, crap, here we go again. Big Dick Nick is back, and he's going to rule the world, right? Then we're going to have to sit through another one of those cartoons where he's dressed as what's his face from Batman? The, you know, I was born in darkness. Yeah, that guy. Bane. God, what's wrong with me? Anyway, we'd have to sit through one of those again. Sometimes a quarterback's value needs to be assessed based off of location. And there are some quarterbacks that you can send and bounce around, and they're going to be pretty good, okay? But then there's the guys that in one place, they're freaking outstanding. They're perfect. But you send them somewhere else, and it just all falls apart. So the Eagles, the Carson Wentz experiment is dead. It's over. You screwed up. You should have traded him back then, kept Nick Foles, and then traded Carson Wentz for a mess of draft picks or whatever you could get, and then redraft a young quarterback to take over for Nick Foles sometime in the future. That would have been the best bet. But no, what'd you do? Not only did you keep him, but you actually spent money on him, and now he's a huge part of your salary cap. It's ludicrous. It's insane. No thanks. Yes, Luke, exactly like Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill. Now we got to, as Patriots fans, if you were or if you are a Patriots fan, um, or even just a AFC East fan, you got a good look at Ryan Tannehill because we played the Dolphins so much. He had talent. There was something about Ryan Tannehill that was pretty good, and you could see it, but it was so sparingly. It was just here and there, Yeah, and he had to get out of there. He goes to Tennessee, and next thing we know, he takes Marcus Mariota's job, and now they were just in the AFC Championship game. I saw last year he did win a lot of games for the Titans, and now Derrick Henry is the man, of course, he's the main guy, but Ryan Tannehill did win them some games as well, and now they're 4-0. So exactly, that's a perfect example, Luke. Ryan Tannehill. So anyway, the Ravens, if they don't go into Philadelphia and win that game, then they got problems. So Falcons. I don't know if it's Rebecca's on tonight. Have you seen her, Rebecca? Okay. Well, she called it. She asked me last week on last week's show. She asked me with the Falcons if they would fire Dan Quinn, and I think I said, not that week they wouldn't, but if he loses again, probably. I think I said something like similar to that. Well, they did. They fired him. Dan Quinn is gone. Not only that, they fired Dimitrov. And if you guys uh, didn't know, I mean, this dude, he helped put together a pretty damn good team. And he used to work for Belichick, but or with Belichick. But said they kicked them both out. I don't really understand firing Dimitrov because I don't think he was the problem, huh?
Where's he from?
Dimitrov, um, I don't know where he's originally from. I mean, he's an American dude, but with a name like that, I'd say probably Eastern Europe somewhere.
Very Hungarian name.
Yeah, but it's not. Well, it's not Dimitrov. It's Dimitrov with an F at the end. But it's still very, yeah, it's very Bulgarian sounding. Yeah, I always thought that too. I was always wondering like where'd he come from. What's up, Jalen? Nice to see you here. I'm pulling for your Redskins tomorrow, buddy. Oh, I keep calling them that name. I'm sorry, the DC Criminals. Okay, I'm pulling for them. I want to see Alex Smith annihilate the New York Giants. No, Elliot, I don't think they should have fired Dimitrov. I don't see the point of firing him. Why? It's Was he the problem? I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but it seems like the players, the personnel that they've had in Atlanta is pretty damn good. They have some great players come in and out of there. That wasn't ever the problem. I don't think the players was the problem. It was just something about the coaching wasn't happening. And the thing is I like Quinn. I think he's a good dude. He seems like a really nice guy. So I actually feel bad for the Falcons. I mean, you want to see them do okay, and I like Matt Ryan. Everyone knows that I'm a fan of Matt Ryan, so I want to see Matt do good. But they just weren't getting it done. Arthur Blank had to fire the head coach. He had to fire Quinn. He just had to. There was no other choice. Somebody had to pay for that. So, oh God, here's a snooze fest. The 1-3 Lions at the 1-4 Jaguars. Yawn. Okay, talk about some crappy coaching. I hate to say that about one of our guys, but Matt Patricia, what the hell are you doing? I mean, how many years do you need to start showing some promise here? Boy, am I just crapping on everybody tonight? What am I doing? What's my problem tonight? I'm actually in a good mood. I may not sound like it, but I am. Dude, tomorrow we got some great games. I mean, I'm freaking pumped. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna pick the stash. Uh, what's gonna happen is Detroit's gonna take a lead. They're gonna go up like 21-0 at halftime, and then they're gonna completely fall apart because that's what they do. That's what the Lions do because they're the Lions. And then the stash is going to come back and get a big victory. And then we're going to get another one of those great action shots of Gardner Minshew, where he's running through the flames and the smoke, and then it looks like he's not running at all. It looks like he's posing like a Greek god, you know, one of those type of pictures. Because apparently, physics. The laws of physics don't apply to Gardner Minshew, except when he's playing, and then he gets intercepted. But he's still awesome. He's not an awesome quarterback, but he's an awesome person, and that counts for something. Okay. 1-3-1. Of course, Bengals, you suck. You had to have a tie. You just couldn't possibly deal with winning the game. You had to tie with the stupid Philadelphia Eagles and screw up the standings. Listen, any team that gets a tie, you suck. You have screwed the standings up. This is not soccer. I'm sorry, football. Football. This is not football. Okay? Ugh, it's American, damn it. I'm talking American. This is American football. We don't do no ties in America. Some bullshit. All right. The Bengals at Colts. Oh, come on. I like Joe Burrow. Seems like a cool dude. I really love him because he did the cigar thing in the locker room. Of course, that was a nod to Lynn Dawson when he did it for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But the Colts have got this. There's some adjustment problems going on with Phillip Rivers and stuff, but we knew that this was going to happen. He's going through the same adjustments that everybody else is going through. No preseason on a new team. Hey, Teddy Bridgewater's having those problems. Of course, it didn't help that he lost Christian McCaffrey. Brady's having some of those problems, but Brady's had nothing but injuries. He never gets a full game with all of his weapons. I mean, what the hell, you know? So it just takes time. But the Colts, they don't want to screw around too long, or they're going to get passed by. Okay, so I got the Colts for that. The 4-1 Chicago Bears, Lucas McQuay's team. He doesn't know how. I'm sure he's completely shocked that his own team is 4-1. Nobody else knows how the hell they're 4-1. I mean, they got to 4-1, and Big Dick Nick just started last week. Of course, we all know that he beat Tom and the Patriots, but Tom and the Bucs. See, it's so weird. Okay, but I just don't know about the Bears yet. I don't know what to think about them. Let's see what they do against the Panthers. And not that the Panthers are some kind of powerhouse, but they are a pretty damn decent team. They're not too bad. They're 3-2, so hey. But I do have Chicago for that one, even though it's in Carolina. The 0-5 Jets. Okay, there's some mysteries to life. Okay, the mystery is Loch Ness Monster real? Right? We always wondered that. Okay, why is the capybara so weird looking? You know? Why did they declassify Pluto as a planet? I'm sorry, but it confuses the hell out of me. I'm a early millennial. I was taught that Pluto was a planet. I was taught that there are 9 planets and you had to get rid of Pluto. Suck it. I hate you. Not really. Neil deGrasse Tyson, who proposed it. Actually, I like him. But you suck for getting rid of Pluto. So why did that, happen? Those are the life's great mysteries. But the most important mystery of all. How is Adam Gase still employed by the New York Jets? Can someone please explain to me how Adam Gase still has a job? J-O-B. Job. How? This is a disgrace. The dude cannot coach. Now, If you guys remember last year, I said a lot of good things about Adam Gase. I said, okay, he failed in Miami, but maybe he's got a new start. I like his attitude. I do like his attitude. And what I mean by that is I like his commitment. The guy is hardcore. Okay, he stays up all night. He never sleeps. He always looks like he's just drank like 14 Red Bulls. The dude is for real. Nobody can say he's not working hard. All right. But he can't coach. Apparently. All right. When you fail miserably, I'm not just regular failure. I'm talking miserable failure twice. It's not going to work. They signed Le'Veon Bell to all that money. Now Le'Veon Bell is not there anymore, and he did squat for them. And now he's in Kansas City. Sam Darnold's career is going to be pissed away by the New York Jets. What do you expect? This New York Jets? It's the Butt Fumbles. I mean, with a team like the Butt Fumbles, can you expect anything to happen for them? So that's why everybody knows the Jets stands for just end the season. Okay? Because it's over. It's over from week one. It's just done. The best coach that they've had in the last, well, since Bill Parcells, so in the last 25 years, was Rex Ryan. Think about that. Think about that. Rex Ryan. Shaq says, Adam Gase, after being asked what his team should improve on, says, well, we got to look at the tape. You got to look at the tape. Dude, there were people up in the nosebleeds, okay? There's a cameraman who was actually in Buffalo, New York, not New Jersey. But he saw that your team sucks, okay? You need to look at the tape? Yeah, whatever. We have a super chat from Daniel. See it twice. A $5 super chat. He says Adam Gase has a job because he coaches for the Pluto football team. Hey! He says, yes, I declassify the Jets as a professional football team. Majoli Coca-Cola? Moya? New? Oh, I love Pluto. I miss Pluto. Okay. But how the hell this dude still has a job is insane. Well, anyway, they're going to be playing the Dolphins. They should be called the Dolphins, but they're 2-3 somehow. Yeah. But you never know if you're going to get Ryan Fitzmagic or if it's tragic. You cannot anticipate which is going to happen. This is one of those stupid games that no one gives a flying crap about and can go either way because there's really there's just not a lot you can put into it and analyze and say, oh, well, the Dolphins have this going for them and the Jets can do this. It's like, whatever. I mean, these two idiots will probably end in a tie. Who cares? It makes no difference. It makes no difference what either one of them do. The AFC East is going to belong to either the Bills or the Patriots. So what difference does it make? Logo Daria. Ho, 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 ho. Let me rearrange my knees here for a second. Sorry, guys. Oh, I got to put Mickey's back. Nefertiti. Nefertiti. So you said you were watching some stuff. You were watching Skip and Shannon before
Yeah.
the show.
Do you
You'll
guys
have
hear
to
me?
use the mic.
I don't know. Can you guys
What were
hear
they
me?
talking about? Because you
Oh
told me.
no, they had very interesting conversations as usual. Can you guys hear me? Can you?
Mhm.
You can tell. Okay, so yeah, that was very interesting. So Shannon goes. Well, apparently the host, the girl is asking who. So who's the better quarterback, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? Shannon goes, of course, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback. He can throw balls that Tom Brady can only dream of. He can never throw the ball like that. He can use some angles and positions and blah blah blah. And then he lost me in some kind of weird, stats, and it's just the usual, crazy conversation. So, yeah, of course, I had to agree with Skip here because he doesn't always make sense, but he definitely makes sense about that. So he put Shannon in his place, and he's like, "This is like the craziest. You even outdid yourself with this, stupidity, or whatever, because what Aaron Rodgers has won Super Bowl 10 years ago, and we have Tom Brady with 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 rings, right? He could have won 7 and even 8, and it was it was beyond funny and laughable. The whole conversation. It's just so funny when people get lost in stats that are just standalone things and yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was it. Okay. Well, um, so yeah, that was interesting.
So, um, yeah, basically, we all know what Shannon's deal is, and he's
His deal is he
okay.
hates Tom Brady. He
Right.
hates the Patriots. He has been on the what? He's been on the Ravens. He's been where else was he? Denver. So Broncos. Yeah, it's just his history, but it's just obvious sometimes how kind of staged up this is because it makes no sense. How can you say Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback? And given the outcome of all that, and yeah, it's just funny.
I get it. Okay, I get that they have a show, and Shannon has to take a certain position or whatever. But listen, you have to at least be held accountable for this stuff. This is ridiculous. Uh, we have a 5 pound super chat from Jason Patrick Saunders, the red coat baby. He says Pluto ain't no Saturn, baby. Come on, man. I love Pluto. Everybody loves the underdog. It's just so weird saying that there's only 8 planets. 8 planets in the solar system. That just sounds stupid to me.
Something's missing.
Yeah, it's missing. It's
Puzzle
weird.
incomplete.
I know that some of y'all probably grew up with being told there's 8 planets, but no, no, no. There's 9. Pluto.
Has less planets
Yeah.
than what we're used
Okay. So this accountability thing. At least if I know you're doing a show. I know you're scripted. You're taking a position, but at least try to be somewhat consistent. After after Brady had the big comeback and got Super Bowl MVP against the Falcons, the show on Monday, Shannon Sharpe said Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback in the 100-year history of the NFL. Okay, cool. That's great. Thanks. Awesome.
to.
Now, just 2 years ago, he said, I will never say ever again that Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady.
2 years
He said
ago.
that. He said that. Okay?
Wow.
I will never say that Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady.
Well, that didn't last long.
Okay. This, this is what pisses me off. The moment that Aaron Rodgers had a down season, wasn't playing that well, was frustrated, and it looked like that the Green Bay Packers might get rid of him because people were talking about that. Nobody cared anymore. Nobody was saying anything, right? And now he's playing some decent games. He's had some good games this year. They're playing well. Green Bay's a legit team. And now all of a sudden, all that butt licking that they used to do is back. It's back. Okay? There's such they just flip flop back and forth. It's like the consistency is terrible.
And he also goes, if I had to pick one quarterback, it would be Aaron Rodgers. If there was one game I had to pick one quarterback to play, that would be Aaron Rodgers.
Guess what, Milena? He said that about Patrick Mahomes 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So he's recycling this, his opinion.
He says that all the time about anybody. So that, of course, brings us to the Packers versus the Buccaneers. Well, like I said, Green Bay is a legit team. They have been all year. You guys know that I've admitted that fact, even though it hurts inside. I mean, it's very painful for me to have to say these things.
They're having a good year.
The reason I was so upset by Tom and the Buccaneers losing last Thursday night against the Chicago Bears was precisely because they had to play Green Bay this week. All right? And why would I relate those two? Those two are precisely related because when you make a schedule and you look at your schedule, you've got to say, okay, what are the winnable games and what are the games that we might lose, but it's acceptable? Chicago was one of those teams that you looked at the schedule and said, we're way better than this team. If we play well, if we just do our and stick to our game, we should win. Green Bay is one of those teams that you say, okay, we might lose this one. Anytime you're playing a team led by a future Hall of Famer, you should say that, right?
Sure.
Now, because you lost to Chicago, because almost your entire team is a bunch of undisciplined idiots, now this Packers game has become a must win. We're not talking about a could win or should have win, or if you win, that's great, but no problem because we still, we beat the Bears.
It's not me.
No, no. This is a must win because if you lose this week, you go 3-3. And guess what? You're behind the Saints. Now we know the Falcons aren't a threat. Carolina, 3-2. We're not sure yet if they're a threat, but I certainly wouldn't write them off even without Christian McCaffrey. But the Saints are clearly the threat in that division. And even though they've had a few hiccups here and there, and they haven't played their best looking football. Well, neither has Tampa Bay. Okay. You go 3-3. You're in deep, deep trouble. This has become a big issue.
Yeah.
Now, Matt Nagy, the head coach of the Chicago Bears, knew, and to his credit, I give him props for this, to his credit, knew that the players of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can be easily pissed off and you can get in their head very quickly. He told his guys, hey, just get in a cuss fight with Mike Evans. Jaw at their offensive linemen. Get them riled up. You know why? Because if you do, they'll retaliate. They'll put a hand in your face, or they'll push you, or they'll do something
Too
to get a penalty.
emotional.
And it's exactly what happened. They got in their faces, and then they would push away the other person because of words. Words. I'm sorry, but what could you have possibly said to make me take a stupid penalty and completely screw up our drive? You're a professional. It's unacceptable. I'm sorry, but there is nothing they can say.
Yeah, because you anticipated. You
Yes, you know it's
anticipate all
coming.
kinds of.
You know it's happening. You know I mean, this is just, this tells you, and Mike Evans, yes, I'm targeting your ass. You're the worst. You're the worst of all of them. And that's saying something because there are a lot of morons on that team. But Mike Evans, you clearly have not been told the word no. You have, it's obvious that you've gone your whole career and never been told no, and never been said, listen, dude, this is how you do things. And if a guy as high profile as Mike Evans on the team is doing that crap, then everybody else is going to say, hey, well, I can do it too. Now, they don't think about it literally like that in those terms, but it's just, it's a reactionary thing that you feel like, I'm pissed off, I'll do it. Tom is going to have to take control of this offense. And I don't just mean the plays. I'm talking as a head coach role, that role I was referring to about head coaches. He's going to have to do that for his offense because it's obvious that Bruce Arians ain't going to do it. And Byron Leftwich, hey, I think he's doing a pretty damn good job. I like a lot of the plays that he seems to come up with or calls, and I know that Bruce Arians has a lot to do with that too. But I'm not expecting Byron Leftwich to really be the disciplinarian of the team. I'm expecting that from Bruce Arians. That's the head coach's job. The offensive coordinator's job is to coordinate offense. The head coach's job is all that other stuff. And maybe Bruce Arians needs to not worry as much about calling plays. Maybe he should let Brady and Byron Leftwich work on that, and then maybe Bruce Arians needs to focus on being a coach, okay? Being a head coach, not this, you know. He just seems to be absolutely clueless. I'm sorry, but come on. I'm not expecting the dude to be Bill Belichick, okay? I'm not. But come on, man. You've got all of these stars on your team. You've got the greatest player in NFL history on your team. And your players are out there acting like a bunch of children. It's disgraceful. I don't like this game as far as for Tampa Bay. I don't think it is a good matchup right now for them. I think it's trouble. I really do.
We'll just cross our fingers.
I'll tell you my pick here in a second. Hey Pedro, nice to see you, man. Sunday night, which, by the way, I can't figure this one out. Why in the world was the Packers Buccaneers game not schedule flexed or schedule flexed to Sunday Night Football? Why are they still giving us the Rams at the 49ers? I mean, no offense to fans of these two teams, but you would have to admit that the Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady is much more high profile than Jared Goff versus whatever limp moron that the 49ers are going to put behind center, right? The 49ers are self-destructing before our eyes. They are.
They have been.
They've pressed the the nuke button. They have completely pushed the self-destruct nuclear button. Basically, if we can't save our country, we're gonna blow it up so nobody else can enjoy it. And that is what the 49ers seem to be doing, apparently. I get it. I know they've had some problems, but come
Come
on.
on, man.
You were just in the Super Bowl, and you're 2-3 now. You're going up against the 4-1 Rams. The Rams look pretty damn decent, actually. The 49ers are in a very similar situation as we just discussed with Tampa Bay. They lose this game. 49ers lose this game. They're done. They're done. It's over. They're in the same division with Seattle Seahawks and the Rams, who are doing pretty good. The Cardinals, who are, well, they got a winning record. The Cardinals are 3-2. So, and we'll see what happens with the Cardinals. But right now, 49ers, you're the worst team in your division. Now, granted, you are the worst team in the best division in football. In my opinion, I think they are. But of course, what gives that weight is Russell Wilson being in your division. The 49ers lose this game, they're over. They're done. I do pick them to win this game. So I've got San Francisco over the Rams. But God help them if they lose. They're done. Your season, and Raphael, I don't know if you're watching or if you'll watch this later. Um, but if your boys lose this game, it's game over. It's 2-4. It's just game over. Sorry. So this literally is a playoff game for your team tomorrow night. Ah, look at that. That moves us to Monday Night Football. Double header because of COVID rescheduling. So we've got the Chiefs at the Bills. This is going to be a good game. All right. So we have Josh Allen, who people are saying is a candidate for MVP. That's nice. It's cute. All right. I like it. I'm happy for him. I mean, he has my last name. That's cool. So yeah. But pump the brakes. Okay. Does the dude even have? Can he go a game like? Okay, well he does every once in a while, but his average isn't it like terrible, like 55% completion or something god awful like that. He's got to learn how to increase that. He's got to get that better. But I give him his props.
There's an echo.
Okay, got it. Took care of it. The Chiefs are going to win this one. So I cannot pick the Bills until the Bills tell me or show me something that they could win in prime time. I need to know that the Bills can win in a big game, a big matchup with the whole country watching. Historically, they have not been able to do that since the Jim Kelly days. They always fall apart, usually in games like this. Until I've been proven otherwise, until I've shown that they are a different team, that they are the new Buffalo Bills and they're not the same old Buffalo Bills, I'm not picking you. So, yeah. And then, of course, the last Monday night game is the Cardinals at Cowboys. All right. So we have a situation with the Cowboys. We have Dak Prescott, who injured himself God. Whoever his agent should be fired. All right. He had a contract offered to him. I don't know what the guaranteed money is, but it was well over 100 million total for the contract. He declined it, and now he's injured. Well, the problem with this is that he's got a new head coach, and it's not Jason Garrett anymore there. Jason Garrett, who was in his corner. Now you've got a new head coach who didn't draft Dak, doesn't have any kind of personal ties to Dak. Not only do you have that, but you've just been replaced by a capable very capable quarterback. Who's to say Andy Dalton's going to give that job back? Seriously. Now, you guys know that I've always liked Dak, and I like his game. I like quarterbacks who seem to have a very methodical approach to their game. I don't I don't necessarily hate quarterbacks who are flashy and stuff, but it doesn't. I like the thinking process more than I like all the crazy stuff. Yeah. So Dak's in trouble. I'm sorry, but he kind of did this to himself. Of course, his injury, whatever. All right, boohoo. I know everyone's sitting there saying, "Oh my God, Dak, how you make fun of Dak." I'm not making fun of his injury, but I am talking crap about his decision making. His decision making not to take that money. There's no guarantee that he's going to be offered that kind of money again. In fact, it's almost guaranteed he won't make that kind of money again because now this injury coming up and the fact that he waited so long, nothing short of him coming back and then doing something miraculous in the playoffs is going to make up for that. And the Cowboys or any other team that might be doing the negotiating later on is going to use that against him. It's just stupid. I don't know. Do you guys remember before the end of last season? Or actually, no. I said this after the draft, actually. I said that whatever Dak does, he has to sign a deal before Patrick Mahomes. You guys remember that? And I said that Patrick Mahomes is going to have to he's going to sign a deal that's going to be very team friendly. And I even floated the idea that Patrick Mahomes should, do some kind of deal that's crazy, like uh, some kind of like long-term deal, 9, 10 year crazy contract like that, and something that's back end. That way the Chiefs can build a great team right now for the next few years and then worry about it later down the line. But win now mentality. I said that they would do that with Patrick Mahomes. Well, I said that they would get him signed to a team friendly deal, but when I said that they'd sign him for something crazy like 10 years or whatever, that was me suggesting, but I didn't think they'd actually do it. But they did. They ended up doing it. This was weird. So that was pretty cool. It's always good to be, have a good call on things like that sometimes. But most importantly, it was Dak, you have to sign a deal before Patrick Mahomes does. Because the moment that Patrick Mahomes signs a team friendly deal that makes the team look good, now Dak is up against that. Now, the negotiating team for the Cowboys can say, well, look, Patrick Mahomes did this, this, and this, and you're no Patrick Mahomes. So you've got no leverage. You've lost it. And what happened? Patrick Mahomes signed this deal, and now you've got no leverage. So, and now you're injured. Idiot. So, yeah, you're an idiot. Whoever is responsible, his agent, him, or both together, whatever, stupid. Very, very stupid. So, who wins that game? I mean, common sense tells me the Cardinals are going to win, but listen, if it's one thing about the Cardinals I know, They're a lot like the Buffalo Bills. They need they can look good, they can look fancy, they look like, a Rolls Royce. They look like, you know, they're pretty cool. They got some good weapons. They're kind of sharp looking, but then you find out that they have a really crappy engine underneath the hood because it all falls apart at the end. I need to see something. But the Cowboys have been losing in inexplicable, idiotic fashion, and then having to come back and barely hang on to a win, and it's just against a team that just fired their coach and their GM. So it's in Dallas, but I really don't know if that makes a difference for them. So, um, yeah, the NFC East, their division is complete crap. This division is so bad that, and it's been like this for years. It's been like this for years. We know it. It's the team who sucks the least that wins the division. The team that sucks the least. How pathetic is that? What'd you say? Um, yeah, I mean, why not? Hey, why not? Let's do it. The Redskins. The Redskins, Alex Smith, he's going to come back with a vengeance. And wow, I have no confidence in that statement right there. Zero confidence in that statement. That's more of what I want to see. But who the hell knows? Who the hell knows with this? That division has been complete garbage for so long. But if Alex Smith can't win it with the Redskins, then whatever. So, yeah, Jalen. Jalen just said Washington is going to win the NFC East now that they have the best quarterback. That is true. They do. They do. By the way, tomorrow night's post-game show will be after the Bucs game. So, because we'll do when the Patriots and Brady plays in the same day, we combine those two into the post-game. So that will be, yeah, it will be right after Brady's finished playing. That we'll do a post-game. Me and Shaq will do a post-game for both, and um, other games as well, of course. But those two will be our main focus. So going back to the Pats and Broncos, Cam versus Drew Lock. Patriots got this. They got it. It's I have no concerns there at all. No concerns. I think it'll be fine. It's not that I think that Denver is not capable or anything. I just think that even a team that's had some lack of practice and stuff, I mean, they kind of shot themselves in the foot against the Chiefs quite a bit. And look what they were dealing with. They were dealing, Brian Hoyer is not the kind of guy that is supposed to be out there leading the Patriots. Um, but Cam's coming back, and I think that makes a big difference. Gives them more variety, and they don't have to rely on so much because there's a lot of things that Cam can do on his own, or just his existence on the field makes the defenses commit to have to commit to a little bit of everything because you never know. And I just don't think Denver is a good enough team to beat Belichick on his worst day. I just don't. I don't care who's out there. This is a game that Belichick wins. So I have no worries. I don't know about you guys, but I have no problem there. I don't anticipate any problems there. Back to Green Bay and Tampa Bay, because that's the matchup of the week. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. That's the best we're going to get. That's the closest to Peyton versus Tom as we're going to have right now. God, they're so undisciplined. Mhm. Yeah, Luke, I just, I, Denver has been a thorn in our side, but in Denver, in Denver, I mean, whenever they were a problem in New England, it was with Peyton, you know. So this team is just, it's just not. I mean, come on, Von Miller's not even there. Otherwise, I could say, okay, well, Von Miller could wreak havoc out there, but no, he's not even there. I mean, Denver is just not that team anymore. They're just not. Not right now. Not that they couldn't be in the future, but they're not right now. It's just not their year. Denver is just, yeah. Elliot says that Godwin is gonna play tomorrow for the Bucs. Okay. My God. Okay. I'm going with I'm going with Tampa Bay. Okay. Now I know that's a heart pick. I know. But the reason I'm going with them is because they have to win this. They know they have to win it. They know. I am certain that Tom has all week long has been crazy, like psycho Tom, about this stuff. Mike Miller, welcome back, man. Glad to see you here. I'm going with Tampa Bay. God, I hope I'm right. Well, you could say TB stands for Tom Brady. How do I feel about Le'Veon Bell going to the Chiefs? I think it's a great pickup. Why not? I mean, for them, like, what do they have to lose? I mean, they already have a bunch of great players. I think Le'Veon Bell would be a good pickup for any team. I don't understand why other teams didn't uh, go after him. I think it shows though that the Chiefs are all in right now. They are trying to win back to back. They're trying to be the first team to win back to back since New England did it in 03 and 04. It's very hard. You need things to go your way, man. And but credit to them. They saw an opportunity and they took it. So, but um, Julian Edelman, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but his snap count has gone down quite a bit this year. Uh, Josh McDaniels says that it's to preserve Julian for the playoffs or down the stretch. You know, if they are in great need of making him be out there for most of the snaps like he usually was before. But at the same time, we've seen Bill phase out players for whatever reason. In this case, I believe Josh. I think that this is to help Julian because Julian last year was playing injured the whole season. And yeah, I know that he made that mistake against the Chiefs and he, tipped the pass up and it was a pick six. But yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with anything really. I really believe that they're just limiting his snaps to keep him preserved for later on. I don't know if you guys read about that, but the reason I'm mentioning it is because people were making a big issue out of it. Like all these idiots were saying, "Oh my God, Bill's trying to phase out Julian Edelman. He's going to trade him to Tampa Bay, and I was like, hang on, no, okay. Julian, his existence, his presence on the team is very valuable, even if he wasn't even playing. If he was only playing 50% of the snaps, just his presence out there and his presence around and in the locker room is is more valuable than anything else. So yeah, Elliot, I agree about yeah, I think Brady's been on their asses. But after rewatching the Tampa Bay Chicago game, it's obvious that Tom was trying to overcompensate. He hears everybody talking about the cliff and saying, so each week he's trying to make something happen. He's trying to force things in. When before Tom just let the game kind of come to him and just take what he had, do, just whatever. Doesn't matter if it's a 2 yard outlet pass, whatever it was, whatever he could get. And I think he's just forcing things too much. He's trying to make things happen, and that's not Tom. That's not what he does. That's He needs to just chill, not worry about what everyone's talking about. Don't Who cares about stats? Stats don't matter. All that matters is getting a victory. Okay? I don't care if you threw 4 picks, but yet you had the winning touchdown drive that won the game. Those 4 picks don't matter anymore. They disappear. That's all that happens. It's over. So just focus on winning. I get it though. I understand. I understand that. I feel it. When I watch Tom, I want him to go out there and I want him to throw the ball, 70-yard bomb, touchdown pass, whatever. I want to see that because I want everyone to I want to be able to shove it down their throats. But at the end of the day, because I'm a fan. We're fans. We're allowed to think like that. But as a player, Tom needs to, you know, and it was obvious at times, especially on that last play of the game. It was obvious he was trying to force things. And everyone made a big deal. Tom saying, "Oh, I thought it was fourth down," holding up four fingers. Oh, he didn't know what down it was. Green Bay's running back said about Tom. He said, "Oh, well, my quarterback knows when it's fourth down." Okay, that's nice. No, Tom wasn't holding up four fingers because he thought it was fourth down. He was holding up fingers. He was saying, "I'm not retiring, bitches, until I filled up the remaining four fingers with Super Bowl rings." That's what he was saying. It was a message. It was a message to the NFL. That's what he was saying. See? Screw you. I got ya. I got ya. So you just misunderstood. We all misunderstood. Mr. A, my quarterback got 6 rings. How about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers, listen, Aaron Rodgers has squandered a lot of what he's had. I'm not going to put it all on him. Well, because it would be dumb to put it all on any quarterback. Football is one of those games where quarterback is very important. He's the most important, but he's not all of it. We've seen that. We've seen that with Bruce Arians' shit coaching. We've seen that. We've seen that quarterback, you know, when you have a team wide discipline problem, but it's not like Aaron Rodgers had a bad coach. Mike McCarthy is a pretty damn good coach. And they haven't been to a Super Bowl since 2010 when they won it. And Aaron Rodgers had a chance in 2014 when they blew it. And the Seattle Seahawks, I mean, they had the Seattle Seahawks dead to rights. That game was over. We all thought, I remember thinking, okay, here we go. I remember thinking, okay, so Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay is going to go Super Bowl now. In an hour, Brady's going to play the Colts, And if we can beat Andrew Luck and the Colts, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. And it's going to be Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. And what did we end up getting? We ended up getting Tom Brady versus Russell Wilson because Aaron Rodgers couldn't close the deal. Yes, his team did stupid stuff. Yes, there was an idiot who was supposed to block for Jordy Nelson to catch the onside kick, but he didn't. And the Seahawks recovered. But it was still Aaron Rodgers' job to put his team back in scoring range to put him up another score. And he couldn't get that done. So, sorry.
Hey, you have super chat.
Daniel, see it twice since a $5 super chat. Thank you, Daniel. He says Aaron Rodgers has as many Super Bowl wins as Danica Patrick has IndyCar wins. Ouch. Ouch. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, salami pizza. Salami pizza. Actually, was that a compliment towards Danica? Actually, I didn't even know if she had one win. I don't follow. I don't follow racing. Yeah, Mike Miller. I would like to see Gronk get more involved. Um, I don't know what's happening there. There could be a number of factors, but I still believe that he can contribute. They just got to figure out how to make this work. OJ Howard is now out, so that's going to give Gronk a little more, of an opportunity to kind of uh, maybe get some targets. But they've been using him a lot for blocking. Got to protect Tom there. So. Dan just says only if we consider Rodgers' win a pioneering moment for women's sports too. I guess we could. We could say that is Aaron Rodgers the first female quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl? Well, we could ask Chris Sims. Speaking of Chris Sims, I released a video the other day. I was talking about let's just get rid of everything from the NFL and just only football. I noticed I pissed off a few people, but a few people got mad, but they didn't actually watch the video. They just responded to the title and didn't listen to what I had to say. But I put a few Easter eggs in that video. One involved Chris Sims, the other was Drew Brees, and the other one was LeBron James. And I don't think anyone has seen them. Look for them. They're funny. You'll like them. Yeah, rewatch. Get those views up. Yeah. And I give Aaron credit. He took a terrible defense to the NFC Championship game in 2011. He took the 32nd ranked defense all the way there. And of course, we know that Tom took the 31st ranked defense that year to the Super Bowl. And it should have been New England versus Green Bay again. That didn't happen. And of course, Aaron was MVP that year. Oh, Luke, you like that? Yeah, I fooled you with the Breeze inclusion. Yeah, that was That was a shot at Drew Brees and Chris Sims, of course. So Aaron Rodgers spelled Erin. Yeah. Luke says Green Bay gave up 7 points on a fake field goal, no less, and then forced 5 takeaways. Yeah, five, 5 turnovers in a championship game. But I'm sure it was all the defense's fault, huh? Truth is, Rodgers hasn't been good in conference games. Yeah, that's just that's the truth, and that's when it matters. It's great to have MVPs. It's great to have great seasons and stuff, but you have to get it done, right? All right, so I made our picks for the night. I think we could wrap it up here. Sound good? All right. Guys, thank you so much for your super chats tonight. I really appreciate it. You guys are freaking awesome. I'm very excited about tomorrow. We have some great football games, and we have a good matchup as well on Monday night, Chiefs and Buffalo Bills. But don't forget, me and Shaq, we have the post-game show. Like I said, I'll say it one more time, after Tom's game. So that post-game show will be one big game show, post-game for both the Patriots and Brady's Bucs together. Um, and we'll hope to see you then tomorrow night, right after the game. Okay? So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you, all of y'all. And talk to you tomorrow night.